So with Father's Day being next week, I kind of wanted to do something a little different this week and have a sit-down discussion with a couple of other fathers and just ask them a couple questions that I have that I ask all fathers and see what they say about it. So today I got my pops, Wendell, and then I got the homie Dom with me. So I'm gonna ask them a couple questions today. So between the both of y'all, it's probably about what, 40 years of experience.
Oh yeah, well,
father.
20.
Pretty much. Yeah. Well, I got 40. I got 40 plus.
Added together, it's about 40 plus.
Yeah.
So first question I would ask y'all, what does it mean to be a father to y'all? And what I mean by that is, what would you say the definition of a father is to y'all? Because for me, if someone asked me that, I would say the definition of a father is a leader, you know? Because at the end of the day, to me, all you doing is essentially leading, whether it's your family, you the head of the household, what you say, you lead them to wherever y'all gonna go.
Right.
Or you leading your child down a certain path that they wanna go down. So I would say a leader. What would y'all say the definition of a father is?
I would put leading them, but I would say a new beginning, because you always learn something new from a different child. But it's one of the best things in the world you can do is become a father.
Yeah, I agree.
You know
with
what
that
I'm
too.
saying? It really is.
For sure. What would you say, Don? Definitely a father is.
Definition of a father for me is like he said, it's different. People got different definitions because the things that people went through.
Yeah.
So for me, definition of a father is, like you said, leadership, but it's also experience. Because growing up, yeah, I had a dad, but you go through different issues and you kind of learn as you go. And so as a father, like I kind of want to have for my kids what I didn't have,
Right.
or if I was treated a certain way, I want to make sure my kids not treated that way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like experience plus leadership, you know?
I like that. So next question, leading off of that, would y'all say being a father is hard? Because like for me, I wouldn't necessarily say it's hard, because it's one of the things in life that actually is easy for me. You know what I mean? But then again, on the flip side, yeah, it's tough. But when you think about life in general, all the hard things in life are the most fulfilling,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Like it's hard to work out every day. It's hard to eat right.
You're right.
But on the flip side of doing that hard, it's so fulfilling. You feel so fulfilled.
Right. Because
know?
you learned, right?
Right. So would y'all say being a father is hard? Or
I
what
wouldn't
y'all
say it's hard. It could be hard if you expecting the unexpected. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just rolling with what you can do and what you can't do. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, you can always wonder and guess, like, whereas I'm a good dad or I'm a good mother. That's good to question that, but when you're doing it, you can sit back and say, you know what? I am good at this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't hard, you know, but I could do this, you know?
Right. I agree with that. And I think it's more of the challenge and just like stepping up to that challenge, you know? The hard part of like, is you want to provide and can't provide, or just you want the best for your kids. So the hardest part is just not being able to provide or something like that. But like you said, it comes easy because you got so many things that like you want to do for your kid. When we became fathers, it's like there's nothing in the world that you want to do for your kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's all in one. You know what I mean? It's everything in one, I think.
What would y'all say a father's role is in a kid's life? Like for me, it kind of ties back into that, what I think the definition of a father is. I think my role for my kids is to just be a leader. At the end of the day, it's all about leadership, you know? Whether first I got to figure out what kind of kid do I have? What does my kid want to do? And my job is to fulfill that to the best of my abilities.
Right.
So I would say it's leadership. What would y'all say your role in your kid's life is?
I would say it's leadership. Reason why? Because you're setting the foundation for us,
Right.
for him to follow.
Yeah.
And by that, at the same token, you trying to see which way he's going, and that way you're backing him all the way. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's leadership, but it's also putting down the foundation as, okay, well, because they also curious or looking too, because they gonna do as they see their father or their parents do.
Yeah.
Right.
So they doing what they see. In other words, they're repeating.
Right.
So if you're setting good examples, you're gonna have good examples come out.
You're absolutely right.
Yep.
I agree with that. Like I couldn't add nothing to that because, like they see, like through your actions they see it, and that's you want to show them like exactly, you know, what it's supposed to look like.
Right.
You know, I think like we hide a lot of stuff from them to protect them. You know, but like it's more like they see you every day. They see you struggling. They see the love. They see everything. That's what I got 3 girls. You know what I'm saying? So it's what they see, whether it's open a door for them, whether it's cooking for them, talking to them, fussing at them, but it's the example and the leadership, like y'all said, you know?
Yeah.
You had a perfect example, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And a stable household, brothers and sisters together, and it shows throughout, you know, y'all life. Y'all together, y'all can do things. So that's a leader, and your father, your mom, and it's projecting in what you want for your son,
Right.
and you know your sisters for their kids and stuff like that. So, you know, it's the leadership qualities, I think.
What's some things that y'all struggle with as a father? For me, again, it's I have moments where I question my leadership skills. Like, am I really as good as a leader as I think? You know, being a leader hard. You know, being the head of household is hard. So there's a lot of times where I question my leadership skills because I compare myself to my dad, right? And to me, like, my dad always been the perfect like leader, you know? You go to him with questions, he got the right answer. He know how you go to him, he know how to handle every situation, right? And I asked him about this last year when I was interviewing him about something I always want to be for my son is what he was for me. If he come to me, whatever questions he got, I want to have the perfect like answer. I want to do that. And he was telling me, you ain't really gonna have no perfect answer. You know, you just gonna do whatever you feel was right at the time, and it might be right for him, and he might feel how I feel. But that's something like I would say I like struggle with is my like leadership skills. You know, I kind of question myself a lot. What would y'all say y'all have some struggles with?
Me myself is, I say, and I still have it right today. I don't express myself enough to my kids.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
You
have that
know,
problem.
so you know that's really the only thing. I'm not a great expresser, but if you want to answer to something, trust me, I give it to you. You know, for sure. You know, yeah.
Man, it's a lot of stuff that I struggle with. That's the hardest thing for me. It's just like the fear of letting them down.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of go through a lot of stuff in your life.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't want them to go through it. So I struggle like Wendell said, like expressing myself to them, because I hold a lot of I rather hold stuff in than to express to them.
Right, most people do.
You know? So that's what I struggle with, because I find out that the more I hold in, the more I'll be mad because they do something, but they not knowing because I'm not expressing how you should go about it.
Yeah.
You know, but I think that's my hardest thing, just like Wendell said, is just communicating. I don't know why, but that's just how it is.
Yeah, I think that's something a lot of men struggle with.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, and kind of piggybacking off that, another thing I think about a lot is, again, I think back to my pops. Say you in a situation, you got your family there or whatever, and you scared. Do you admit to your family you scared, or do you play that tough role? Because to me, when I think back to my pops, he was never scared of nothing.
No.
And I'm asking you that were you scared or you was playing tough for your family?
No. It's always fear there, but you can't show your family fear because then you're letting them down. Reason why I say that, because if they see fear in me for the situation, then they're like, well, if daddy can't do it, who gonna do it? We fucked right here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So whether I was fearful or not, I couldn't project my fear. I just like, well, no, I can't let them see that I'm fearful. I gotta go and handle this situation.
Really? Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
That's funny.
For real.
Oh man. I
agree
mean,
with
just
that?
the simple things, like like afraid of like heights or something like that. I'm just, I don't want to do it. You know? But like if it's something that comes down to situational,
right.
I gotta step up. I'm not gonna let you see my fear.
Right.
You know, but like it's just certain situations.
Yeah. And what I think of is one instance where say it was a mouse in the house, rat in the house. Everybody's scared. Except him, he over there trying to get it, you know? They always think, well, he's really scared, or he's just trying to knock, I scared for us.
Right, yeah.
Because I was in an instance like that when I was at Sydney House, and they all scared, like, you go get it. And so I'm scared too.
Right. Yeah.
For real. Oh, everything.
That
is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Remember y'all sent me over there to that kid house and get that bird. I was like, ooh. What is it, a big bird?
Yeah.
No Chi-Chi, but it was cool.
Right.
Yeah, man.
But that's how it is. You try to hide those scary moments.
Yeah.
You will never know.
Exactly.
So leading off of that, what are some things that you did with your kids to teach them like lessons or teach them like certain like processes and things that they're gonna have to deal with in life? One example I could say with my dad is I don't remember exactly what activity we was doing, but I remember him saying to me, if you do it right the first time, you don't have to do it again. And that whatever lesson we was doing, it kind of like stick to me throughout life, teaching you if you do it right the first time, you ain't gotta worry about doing it again. You go ahead and get it out the way, right? Because I'll be having times where I'll be slacking off doing something, and then I pop in my mind, man, just go ahead and knock this out the way so you ain't got to do it again.
Right.
What's some things that y'all do with y'all kids or whatever that taught like lessons and stuff like that?
What's in general, like just say riding your bike or putting your bike up or fixing your bike. I'll tell you, well, you do it right the first time, you don't have to worry about doing it the second time. That's working harder.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's basically something like that. It could be as simple as, let's go blow these balls up.
Right.
You got to put the needle in the ball to blow it up. Something just simple as that. You know what I mean?
Right. I think like for me, the example, like we said, we all had different, like we was raised differently. Like for me, like your dad, shit, you gotta ask questions. You know, if you don't know something, ask.
Right.
What you tell me, right?
That's right.
If you don't know something, ask.
Right.
That's right, because the only stupid question
the one
is
not
the
asked.
one that's
Right,
not asked.
So that's
it.
something that like if the girls or something like that, if you know something, ask. And that's all I can, you kind of through experience.
Yeah.
Sometimes you raised differently. You got to learn from just going through something.
Right.
So you kind of like, you learn as you go.
Yeah, experience the best teacher.
Right.
But like when you got somebody like your dad saying something like what he say, it kind of stick with you and it kind of take that fear away. It's okay to fail.
Yeah,
you know, because sometimes you grow up like
Scared to fail.
No pain, no gain.
Right.
You know,
right,
if you hurt or you injured, you know, can you go? But just learning that kind of stuff, like, you know.
Another thing I remember, it was more of my sisters than me, but mom would make them, before they go out, they had to wash walls before they go out. You know, and that's teaching them to handle business before you go do fun. You know, just little stuff like that. That's, I'm curious to see how everybody, you know, did different lessons. And so another thing that I think about a lot is the dilemma of protecting versus providing. And what I mean by that is say you in a situation where you got to protect your family, right? Well, something happened, and you know your initial gut instinct is to do whatever to protect your family, right? But also, that gut instinct might not be the best thing to do because it might put you in a situation to where you can't provide for your family now. You know what I mean? So what y'all think about, you know?
Well, in that situation, you would have to assess it. Naturally, your first instinct is, boom, gonna protect them.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not just you
Right.
anymore.
Right.
It's you and your family. So
Exactly.
I better not just quickly react to something.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Like how you said it's how I thought about that. It's like the risk versus the reward.
Right,
You know?
right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, your outlook gonna determine your outcome. Like how you looking at certain situations.
Right.
It's gonna
Right.
determine how it's gonna be. And then your kids see that.
Right.
How you reacted to it this time, and then they might have to go through it. My dad did it this way.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just, you had to look at it before you look at the outcome of it, you know, because how it's going to affect your kids down the line.
Right.
You know?
Because you really want to just react.
Right. You
initially,
really do.
yeah,
You really
yeah.
do.
You want to react.
You really
Yeah.
do. Like,
But yeah.
it's testing your manhood, you know what I'm saying?
If you have to react, then so be it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If he didn't leave no wiggle room, then hey.
Your back against the wall, you got to do what you got to
then
do.
Okay.
And the reason I asked that is because, you know, growing up where we from,
Right. Oh, yeah.
that within itself is completely different.
Yeah,
Like you don't
right.
tolerate no
Right,
disrespect
no questions.
at all.
Yeah.
And when you sit back and think about that, that's really like a losing mindset.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
is.
lose-lose
Right,
situation.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
because it make more sense to if you got shit to lose.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
you gonna let certain things
Right.
slide.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
But
Right.
with that mindset you taught over there, it's
You don't
No
let nothing
disrespect
slide.
at all,
Right.
you know?
Yep.
and
Exactly.
this is crazy. I was just thinking about that the other day.
I just like you
Exactly.
just learn like from experience, man.
Yeah.
Like it's some things just not worth
Not worth it.
pursuing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You stay to yourself. You know, if you stay more to yourself, it's like it'd be less problems.
Yeah,
Less
for
people,
sure.
less problems.
For sure.
So your
true.
daughters, my kids, they don't see me hanging out with people, different people. You're not saying that it's not good to socialize and stuff like that, but you gotta pick your battles.
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
more people, more problems.
Yeah, that's true. So speaking of providing and stuff like that, let me ask y'all this. So like, for you, was your ultimate priority providing for your kids, or which did you value more? Providing with them, getting the money and letting them live this lifestyle that you probably never had or whatever, or was it the time spending the most time spots? Because for me, I think I value more time than providing for them.
For me, it was providing because, you know, I always been the hustle type.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always going to get it, you know what I'm saying? And so it was always for me providing, but also spend quality time with you guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could have spent more time, but it would have been less for me to provide.
Right.
And, you know, so that was my alley. You know what I mean?
I believe it's the provide side of it too. It's like because you go to work to provide for your family, right? And so, and you do want to put in that time. But if it come down to, I got to go to work so that y'all can have what y'all need to have.
Right.
I still love y'all, but I need to go get this money so y'all won't be looking down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, provide. Provide. I think it was more provide thing to me. I'm still learning. You know, he got 40 plus years, right? So I'm still learning.
So one of the last questions I'm gonna ask y'all is teaching your kids in terms of career choice. Which path do you lead them more towards? Do you lead them more towards chasing a passion, something that they fulfilled in, but it might not make as much money, but they happy?
Yeah.
Or chase this over here where you pay well and you'll be able to to provide for yourself and live a good lifestyle, making a lot of money, but you might not be as happy doing this. Which one would y'all push y'all kids towards? Because it's like the artist versus the salesman.
Right.
Which one y'all? Which way you
Well,
going?
it would be the latter, the first one. Reason why I say that, because if it's your passion and something that you enjoy doing, it's just like work. If you find something that you enjoy doing, then you'll never worry about working a day in your life.
Yeah.
Because you don't consider that work. It's something you enjoy doing. It's love, boo.
Right.
You know, but if that's what you want to do, I got your backup going to do what you want to do. It's the latter.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you find something that you enjoy doing, do it to the fullest, because you will be doing something that you love doing, and it won't even seem like work.
Right. And it won't feel like wasted time.
No, exactly.
Because like you said, the artist versus the salesman got to put in work. They got to talk to multiple people.
Right,
The artist just sitting there, you know, painting what they feel, what they see, and they're enjoying it, and they're not wasting their time. And time go by. So like, that was crazy, because like somebody asked me about college versus just going right to work. Me personally, I say from experience, you get experience through working.
Right.
People go to college and
Paid
get a degree.
experience.
Right. They get bills, they got the loans and stuff they gotta
Right,
get.
right.
So me personally, I wish I would have went and got me a job. Cause look, I don't have a degree.
Yeah.
So I wish I would have got a job and got those experience and having fun at something that I wanna do. You know, so that's what it is.
This is the last question. We're gonna get up out of here. What's one trait that y'all wanted y'all kids to have that y'all have? Whether it's your hustling mentality or something about you that you wanted your kids to have.
Always respect and integrity, no matter what, because the hustle part, that's just secondary, you know, but something that carry on for life is the respect and the integrity of yourself, the way you carry yourself and your family. That's it.
Man, I agree with that. I can't even add on that. Integrity is big, because what, you know, it's what you do when somebody ain't looking.
Right.
You know, what kind of character you are. So that's, integrity is a lot, like, to carry that. Integrity.
That's it, man. I appreciate that. That was good, man.
Thanks,
I
bro.
appreciate you for coming through, bro.
All day, bro. All day.
Hey, daddy.
All right.
All day. All day.
All right.
Dog.